In today's episode, I'm going to show you 10 tips to improve time management skills at work. Rising to be, with new videos and podcasts weekly. Join our Patreon at patreon.com/rising to be, or become a channel member for exclusive videos and more. Visit risingtobe.com for all your planner and stationery needs. Only at risingtobe.com, helping you plan for what's to come. Ever feel like you're in a race with your own to-do list? You start the day with good intentions in a color-coded planner, and by 3 p.m. you're in a spiral juggling emails, snacks, and existential dread. Sound familiar? Yeah, same. Whether you're a busy professional, a caffeine-powered student, or just a person trying to finish one task without being emotionally attacked by your notifications, time management is, well, hard. But here's the truth. Managing your time isn't about becoming a robot who never rests. It's about working smarter, not later, and maybe finishing your tasks without developing a mysterious eye twitch. Management guru Peter Drucker once said, "Time is the scariest resource, and unless it is managed, nothing else can be managed." Translation: if your calendar looks like a toddler's art project, you're gonna have a bad time. But don't panic. In this episode, we're gonna break down 10 time management tips to help you stay on track, keep your sanity, and maybe even find time for a snack that doesn't come in crinkly foil wrappers. Why time management actually matters. Yes, even for you. So let's be honest here. Time management sounds a little bit like something your boss says right before giving you another assignment at 4:59. But it's not just corporate mumbo jumbo. Good time management is the secret sauce to getting more done without feeling like a stress ball in human form. Here's how. Mastering time can upgrade your life. It boosts productivity. Instead of just doing more, you start doing the right things at the right time, like finishing that report before your brain melts or finally tackling your inbox without crying. It reduces your stress. When you've got a plan, it feels less like a dumpster fire. Fewer surprises, fewer panic sprints to meet deadlines. You actually breathe between tasks. Imagine that. It improves your mental health. No more lying awake at night remembering that one thing you forgot to do. Time management keeps your thoughts and your sleep way more chill. It helps you balance your work and actual life. You're not just a productivity machine, you're a complex human who deserves hobbies, pizza nights, and time to watch that one show everyone keeps spoiling for you. It pushes your career forward. People notice when you consistently get stuff done and don't look like a raccoon at your 9 a.m. meeting. It opens doors, promotions, and maybe fewer passive-aggressive emails. Tip 1. Get your goals together. Make them smart, not stressful. Let's face it, saying I want to be more productive is about as helpful as saying I want to be taller. If you really want to get things done and stop yelling into the void, you need to set goals that actually make sense. Enter the SMART goal framework. Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. It's like turning your vague hopes into a GPS route instead of just driving around with a blindfold on. Plus, it gives you something concrete to brag about later. So how does this magic work? You start by being specific. No more do better at work. We're talking increase sales by 10% next quarter. Then make it measurable, because vibes aren't exactly a metric. Track real stuff like weekly numbers. Keep it achievable, because you're not trying to conquer the galaxy. Well, at least not yet. Just hit a target that makes sense with current tools and, of course, time. Make it relevant to your big picture goals. Don't start knitting sweaters if your goal is to launch a tech startup. And finally, slap on a deadline to keep things time-bound. Because without a finish line, you'll be working on it until retirement. Tip 2. Declutter like a boss. Make your desk less of a disaster. Let's be honest, if your desk looks like a paper tornado just passed through, your productivity probably feels the same. A chaotic workspace is like your brain's external hard drive. It's full of mystery sticky notes and rogue pins. No wonder you can't focus. Cleaning up your physical space isn't just about impressing your coworkers with your minimalistic aesthetic. It's about giving your brain room to breathe and stopping that daily game of where's my charger. Start by evicting the snack wrappers and mystery receipts. Then make your essentials easy to grab, like your pens, your favorite notebook, or that stress ball shaped like a donut. No judgment here. Use drawers and organizers so your stuff isn't playing hide and seek. And don't forget to add a little bit of personality. Things like a plant that won't die in a week, a motivational quote, or a photo of your dog dressed like a CEO. A tidy, personalized workspace isn't just pretty. It's your productivity power-up. Tip 3, plan and organize your work. Using a planner is basically like hiring a tiny personal assistant who lives on your desk and never asks for a raise. Whether it's digital paper or just a pile of sticky notes clinging onto hope, a planner helps you wrangle the chaos of your day. Start by brain dumping everything you need to get done. Things like your big tasks, tiny errands, awkward check-ins with Janet, because if it lives in your head rent-free, it'll cause stress. Once you've got it all down, slot each task into your day like a game of productivity Tetris. But try your best to keep it, well, flexible, because life happens, coffee spills, and your 30-minute meeting will definitely turn into a very long TED Talk. Now, if you really want to make your planner feel like an art project with a purpose, break out the colors. Color coding is not just for middle schoolers with glitter pens, it's also a grown-up power move. Red for do this now or face the consequences. Blue for meetings, aka professionally scheduled interruptions. And green for the rare and precious unicorns we call personal time. When your day looks like a rainbow, it's weirdly comforting. You might be drowning in tasks, but at least it's color-coordinated chaos. Tip 4, time-changing tricks. Because chaos isn't a strategy. If your workday feels like a hamster wheel powered by caffeine and panic, it might be time to use an actual productivity technique, not just vibes. Good time management isn't about stuffing more into your day. It's about working smarter so you can actually enjoy that post-work Netflix binge without any guilt. These tried and true methods don't just boost your output, they also help with less stress, which is great because yelling "I'm so busy" isn't exactly a personality trait. First up, the Pomodoro technique, aka productivity with snack breaks. You work for 25 minutes, then take a 5-minute pause to stretch, breathe, or even scroll TikTok responsibly. Next, the Pareto principle reminds you that 80% of your results come from 20% of your tasks. So maybe you don't spend your whole day color coding your inbox. And then there's time boxing. Give each task a specific time slot so it doesn't turn into a 6-hour odyssey. Think of it as speed dating for your to-do list. Get in, get out, and move on. Tip 5, prioritize effectively. Let's be real. When everything feels important, nothing actually gets done. That's where prioritization swoops in like a productivity superhero. Cape optional. One of the best tools to cut through the chaos is the Eisenhower matrix, which basically helps you figure out what's truly important and what just needs pretending. One of the best tools to cut through the chaos is the Eisenhower matrix, which basically helps you figure out what's truly important and what's just pretending to be. You split your task into 4 boxes, stuff that's urgent and important, as in do it now, important but not urgent, as in your future self will thank you, urgent but not really important, as in delegate or dodge if you can, and the 4th category, aka why am I even doing this? Those tasks can usually take a one-way trip to the trash can. See, that's the Eisenhower matrix in action. Simple, snappy, and surprisingly effective. Start by dumping all of your tasks into a list, like you're uploading your brain's junk drawer. Then sort them into rightful quadrants. Boom. You've got a roadmap for the day that makes so much sense. Attack the urgent and important ones first, then chip away at the long-term, big impact stuff. And remember, this isn't a tattoo, it's a living, breathing system. Revisit your list often and reshuffle when life inevitably throws you a curveball. Because let's face it, what's not urgent on Monday might feel like a 5-alarm fire by Friday. Tip 6, sort of like a boss, the do, delay, delegate, ditch method. If your to-do list looks like a long CVS receipt and gives you a minor panic attack every time that you glance at it, breathe. You don't need to do everything right now, you just need to prioritize like a pro. Enter the Eisenhower matrix, aka the magical quadrant chart that helps you decide what deserves your brain power and what belongs in the not my problem pile. It's like sorting your task into do it now, do it later, make someone else do it, and why is this even here? Start by dumping all of your tasks onto a list. Yes, even the weird ones like organized desktop icons. Then sort them into 4 different boxes, like the ones we mentioned in our last tip. Focus first on the top priority. Yes, life throws curveballs and your task list should be more yoga mat than concrete slab. Flexible, but not stressful. Tip 7, plan and organize like a pro. Without losing your mind, planning your work doesn't have to feel like preparing for a rocket launch. Though hey, if that's your vibe, go for it. Grabbing a planner, whether it be digital or even an old school planner, is like giving your brain a personal assistant. Start by dumping everything you need to do onto a page so you're not mentally juggling 37 to-dos all at once. Then start by blocking out your days or your weeks like building a puzzle. Estimate how long things will take, match them to your energy levels, and boom, you've got a real game plan. But here's the secret sauce: color coding. Yes, you're about to be that very organized person, and you're gonna love it. And don't forget to leave some wiggle room for those surprise tasks that always like to pop up, because life doesn't care about your planner, but at least you'll be ready for it if it changes. Tip 8, work smarter, not harder. Become the delegation Jedi. Listen, you're not a one-person circus act. You don't have to juggle flaming swords, tame lions, and even sell popcorn all at once. That's where delegation swoops in like your personal productivity superhero. It's not just for CEOs in corner offices, it's for anyone who's tired of being the bottleneck in their own schedule. Delegating tasks is basically saying, hey, I trust you not to set this on fire, while you move on to the stuff that actually needs your brain power or coffee-fueled genius. The secret sauce: trust, clarity, and resisting the urge to hover like a helicopter boss. Now if you're wondering, okay, but how do I not mess this up? Don't worry. First, let go of the idea that you're the only one who can send emails or even organize spreadsheets. Pick the right person, aka someone who won't ghost the task. Give them instructions that don't require a decoder ring. And check in just enough to show you care without being that person. Toss in some praise, helpful feedback, and maybe a high five emoji. Bonus tip: create SOPs, standard operating procedures, so you're not repeating yourself like a broken record. Every time someone asks, wait, how do I do that again? Boom, delegation level unlocked. Share this awesome episode with someone you know who needs it to help them plan for what's to come. And don't forget to like and subscribe. I hate for you to miss the next episode. Now, let's get into our recap. So let's do a quick recap just in case you missed a tip on the list. Tip 1, get your goals together. Make them smart, not stressful. Tip 2, declutter like a boss. Make your desk less of a disaster. Tip 3, plan and organize your work. Tip 4, time taming tricks, because chaos isn't exactly a strategy. Tip 5, prioritize effectively. Tip 6, sort it like a boss, the do, delay, delegate, ditch method. Tip 7, plan and organize like a pro without losing your mind. Tip 8, work smarter, not harder. Become the delegation Jedi. The pessimist complains about the wind, but the optimist expects it to change. The leader adjusts the sail. John Maxwell. I just want to take a quick moment to thank our patrons and channel members. This episode would not be possible without your support. Thank you. And if you would like to support the show, visit patreon.com/risingtobe or become a channel member today. Thanks again for stopping by and pressing play. I truly appreciate it. Let me know down below in the comments or in your podcast review what tip you'll be using. Keep planning for what's to come, and I'll see you in the next episode.